Dance Dance Revolution, the hit Japanese dancing game.
Center of the modern home is here. It's Audrey from 3Com.
Minesweeper. How to play. The object of the game.
The 2000s gave us some of the boldest, weirdest, and most hyped tech ever, and not all of it lived up to the buzz. From gadgets that promised to change the world to products that flamed out spectacularly, these flops were as fascinating as they were frustrating. Some were ahead of their time. Others just made no sense. Join us as we dive deep into 25 innovative products from the 2000s that failed miserably. Remember the nail-biting suspense of tapping the 7 key 4 times just to type an S? Though T9 was born in the late 90s, it truly ruled the texting world in the 2000s, helping us fly through those clunky 3x4 keypads, even if it turned half our messages into complete gibberish.
When you want to text someone, you could text whole paragraphs. Back in our day, we used a thing called T9 texting. A flip phone would only have 9 buttons. Each button would have 3 letters.
A quick message could turn into an accidental "duck you," or "we're meeting at 5," morphing into "we're meet in hive." Despite the constant battles with autocorrect light, we still managed to churn out texts at record speed, proving that nothing could stop our urge to stay connected. Thankfully, today's smartphones have full QWERTY screens and predictive text that actually makes sense, so we can send messages without performing a keypad dance. But what if you found out that there was a whole other piece of arcade-style tech that had us dancing for hours? Let's find out. Stepping onto that flashing pad felt like entering another dimension. Each arrow lit up in sync with pounding beats, and your heart raced as you matched step to step.
Dance Dance Revolution, the hit Japanese dancing game. Bring the arcade experience to life in your own home with the Dance Dance Revolution dance pads.
When Dance Dance Revolution first hit arcades, players lined up for their turn, ready to prove they had lightning-fast feet. Sweaty palms gripped the rail as neon arrows guided your every move. The more accurate you were, the higher your combo score climbed. It wasn't just a game, it was a social ritual. Friends shouting encouragement, crowds gathering to watch epic fails, and the thrill of nailing a perfect run. Though home consoles later brought DDR pads into living rooms, nothing quite matched the adrenaline of the arcade's thunderous speakers. Even now, a select group of die-hard fans keeps the competitive spirit alive at tournaments. When standalone DVD recorders rolled into stores around 1999, they promised to be the next VCR, except sleeker and digital. Consumers imagined effortlessly burning home videos or favorite TV shows straight to shiny discs. In reality, menus were clunky, setups confusing, and burn times painfully long. Before these machines could catch on, cable and satellite DVRs, and the rise of TiVo, swooped in with faster, simpler recording options.
There are other DVRs today that can record unlimited programs. Make sure that the TV service provider that you choose has the best technology and the latest equipment.
Meanwhile, computer DVD burners gave tech enthusiasts more control and customization. By the mid-2000s, the living room DVD recorder had become an afterthought in America, relegated to bargain bins. In the heyday of the aughts, nothing said cool like grabbing a bottle of Sobe, a vibrant concoction of teas, juices, and flavored waters, all sporting that iconic lizard logo. Bright hues glowed behind glass bottles promising exotic flavors that tasted like sunshine in a sip. Convenience store fridges were stocked floor to ceiling, and whenever you cracked the cap, the fruity aroma felt like a mini vacation.
It's pretty damn delicious. Usually I get strawberry first, but I got a nice whiff of banana before I actually had the aftertaste of strawberry, so it's pretty...
But when PepsiCo switched to plastic packaging in 2007, a key piece of Sobe's charm slipped away. Sales dipped, and eventually, the brand vanished from many shelves. These days, hunting down an authentic glass-bottled Sobe feels like a scavenger hunt. Nostalgia in liquid form, if you can find it at all. When Cable Card debuted in 2004, it promised a world without clunky cable boxes. Just slide a card into your TV or PC for instant access to premium channels. The concept thrilled early adopters who dreamed of sleek, all-in-one entertainment hubs.
Anything that I have in the house with a screen that includes TVs and computers and phones can get access to that cable subscription, and I don't have to pay Comcast a dime to do it.
However, the reality was more complex. Compatibility varied significantly across brands, and setup required intricate interactions with cable providers. Viewers faced limited DVR support, and monthly authorization resets left households without TV on busy nights. Industry stalling and minimal marketing doomed cable card before mainstream users caught on. Even a promised 2.0 upgrade failed to resolve core issues. While successor technologies like True Two-Way and All-Vid have taken their shots, cable card remains a footnote in cable history. AOL Instant Messenger, or AM, was launched in 1997, but exploded in popularity during the early 2000s. With its distinctive soundbite, "You've got mail," each login sparked excitement.
You've got mail. You've got pictures.
Creating a sleek username, that perfect mix of cool and cryptic, felt like crafting an online persona. Friends hovered over typing indicators, anxiously waiting for responses that would light up the screen. Away messages evolved into mini blogs, revealing moods with quotes, song lyrics, or mysterious teases. File transfers shared pixelated GIFs and embarrassing selfies. Chat rooms buzzed with inside jokes, planning weekend meetups long before social media created event pages. Yet, as smartphones and social networks rose, AIM's servers grew quiet. By 2017, the service shut down, leaving generations nostalgic for its simple, real-time magic. Now, its legacy lives on in every blue-checked chat bubble you see today. In 1999, Sony introduced Aibo, a pint-sized robotic puppy with a wagging tail, expressive eyes, and a playful AI personality. It could recognize faces, learn new tricks, and respond to touch. An adorable companion for tech fans.
You'll see this kind of pet robot be staying at the home. Not only one, but the 2, 3, 4, 5 robots will be moving in each home.
But at roughly $2,500, Aibo was a luxury toy few could afford, and its battery life and unpredictability sometimes left owners frustrated. As the market shifted and development costs soared, Sony discontinued the original Aibo line in 2006. Collectors mourned the loss, while a few dedicated fans hacked their Aibos to extend their lifespans. Today, Sony has revived Aibo with a pricier model, but the charm of that first robotic dog, fuzzy memories programmed into hardware, remains a testament to an idea that was ahead of its time. The turn of the millennium saw a high-fidelity duel, DVD audio versus SACD. Audiophiles envisioned crystal-clear soundtracks that surpassed CDs with richer bass, wider sound stages, and immersive surround mixes. Early reviews praised both formats, but casual listeners barely noticed the difference. Specialty players were expensive, and music libraries remained stubbornly on standard CDs or moving to MP3s and online music stores.
On the DVD audio, they had to transfer it to DSD to produce the SACD. Do they sound any different? I haven't really given it a proper shootout.
Retailers stocked a few titles, but without mass adoption, record labels lost interest. Today, SACDs and DVD audio discs still trickle out for devoted collectors. Still, the format war ended in a draw. Neither format claimed mainstream victory, and most of us stream or download high-resolution files instead. In October 2000, 3Com debuted the Ergo Audrey, an internet appliance named after Audrey Hepburn, featuring a touchscreen display, an email client, audio/video playback, and Palm OS syncing.
A key component of datatricity for the nerve center of the modern home is here. It's Audrey from 3Com, the first member of the Ergo family.
It promised to be the first in a line of smart home devices, a gateway to effortless online living. Instead, it stumbled over high price tags, limited functionality, and the dot-com crash. By June 2001, the Audrey was discontinued, leaving behind a handful of curious units gathering dust. While the idea of a dedicated internet terminal in every home made sense on paper, the technology and market were not yet ready. Still, Audrey laid the groundwork for future devices like tablets and smart displays that would finally nail the concept. When Apple unveiled the G4 Cube in 2000, jaws dropped at its elegant minimalist design, a 7.7-inch transparent acrylic cube that floated on its base. Inside, a PowerPC G4 processor delivered desktop-class performance.
Combining the power of the Power Mac G4, the awesome power of this machine.
But that beauty came with a hefty price tag and some quirky limitations. No room for standard expansion cards and a reliance on external devices for upgrades. Sales never matched Apple's hopes, and production ended roughly a year later. Though it remains an icon of industrial design, the Cube's impracticalities made it more of a museum piece than a mainstream computer. Today, it's a collector's dream, proof that groundbreaking form sometimes outshines everyday function. Long before slates became household staples, Microsoft and partners launched the Tablet PC in 2001. These clamshell laptops featured stylus-driven touchscreens and allowed users to chart handwritten notes in real time. In classrooms and boardrooms, enthusiasts appreciated the novelty.
Classes to go to, exams to cram for, all that stuff to carry around. So simplified with the Tablet PC.
Yet the devices were heavy, had short battery life, and ran Windows XP Tablet Edition with some difficulty. Mainstream users found typing on physical keyboards and navigating with a mouse to be far more efficient. Consequently, tablet PCs remained a niche for years. It wasn't until Apple's 2010 iPad, lightweight, intuitive, and app-driven, that the tablet form factor truly took off. In retrospect, the original tablet PC was a crucial stepping stone, showing both the promise and pitfalls of pen-centric computing. MySpace was the digital playground of the mid-2000s, where everyone crafted profile pages adorned with glitter GIFs, auto-playing music, and custom HTML themes. Curating your top 8 friends became a social minefield. One slight misstep could cost your place in someone's inner circle. Profiles loaded slowly, thanks to over-the-top decorations and code clutter, but we didn't mind. We felt like online rock stars. Musicians discovered global audiences, while users vied to outdo each other with flashiest pages. Yet, as Facebook's cleaner interface and real-name policies took hold, MySpace's chaos became its downfall. By the early 2010s, its user base had plummeted, and the site refocused on music alone.
Old enough to remember MySpace, then you know just how much music was uploaded to the social site over the years. But I gotta tell you, at least 12 years of that music is now lost for good.
Still, for many, those neon-soaked profiles represent a precious slice of internet history. At the turn of the millennium, customizing your phone with a unique ringtone became a badge of honor. Investing roughly $2.50 to download the latest hit, or setting up the radio to record a snippet, felt like a small price for style. Those distinctive chirps, pings, and catchy hooks announced one's arrival at crowded hallways, buzzing offices, and packed dorm rooms. But as smartphones exploded into daily life and notifications multiplied, silence reigned supreme. Who wants an orchestra of alerts during back-to-back meetings or family dinners? Meanwhile, streaming services unlocked every track at your fingertips, making paid snippets redundant. Today, default rings sit quietly in silent mode, and the novelty of a custom melody has faded. But that's just the beginning. Wait until you hear about the next gadget, which promised portable storage greatness before disappearing without a trace. Imagine fitting a half gigabyte of data onto a disk no larger than a quarter. That was the promise of data play when it made a splash at CES in January 2001, grabbing the Best of Show award. Tiny and sleek, these discs held up to 500 MB, enough for photos, music, or crucial documents. iRiver teased a dedicated player design, fueling excitement.
With corporate pressure to move to tapeless workflows and reduce storage costs, Sony's optical disc archive solution lineup is an excellent choice to protect your content now and in the future.
Yet, despite demo units and press headlines, neither the device nor the discs reached retail. High production costs, complex licensing, and the rapid rise of flash media doomed the format. Consumers gravitated toward CDRs and USB drives offering proven reliability and bigger file sizes. By late 2001, data play quietly vanished, known today only in tech archives. Its fleeting triumph reminds us how prototypes don't always translate to shelf success. Sony's Micro MV launched in 2001, promising the world's smallest video cassette for camcorders.
Mini DV was extremely popular, but Sony were thinking about making something even smaller. So they came up with Micro MV, they shrunk the tape size.
Roughly half the size of mini DV tapes, Micro MV packed only 60 minutes of MPEG-2 video. Its tiny footprint allowed designers to shrink camcorders to unheard-of proportions until users saw the footage. Grainy images, frequent glitches, and compression artifacts plagued recordings. Additionally, Micro MV equipment carried premium price tags, making affordable mini DV and emerging hard drive recorders appear to be better bets. As flash-based and HDD camcorders rolled out mid-decade, offering superior quality, longer recording times, and easier file transfers, Micro MV quickly joined the obsolete ranks. Sony released the last Micro MV camcorder in 2006, then quietly retired the format. Today, tracking down working Micro MV decks is a niche hobby, proof that smaller isn't always better when image quality suffers. In 2002, the Segway rolled out with a promise to revolutionize city streets. Its two self-balancing wheels, gyroscopic sensors, and silent electric motor looked like the future of personal transport.
Segway says it'll stop producing its iconic PT scooter beginning in July. Factories will be halting production July the 15th, and more than 20 people at its New Hampshire plant will be let go.
Early demos featured business executives gliding through airports and cruise ships, backed by hefty price tags and celebrity endorsements. Jeff Bezos hailed it as one of the most anticipated product launches ever, but reality diverged from the dream. High cost, regulatory hurdles, and crowded sidewalks made Segways impractical for everyday commuters. They never became a mainstream commuting staple or urban game changer.
Might be devastated with this next story. Segway's about to be the thing of the past, you know? The company that makes them says production will stop.
Despite loyal fan communities and a pivot to industrial uses, the Segway remains a niche novelty rather than the mobility revolution it once promised to be. At the 2003 CES, Microsoft unveiled Spot smartwatches, promising news, weather, and stock updates delivered directly to your wrist via FM radio signals. These chunky timepieces boasted customizable watch faces and MSN direct services, with partners like Fossil and Suunto driving sleek prototypes. Imagine checking headlines without pulling out a phone, an idea ahead of its time.
And that is by pointing it at a CRT monitor on your PC running Windows 3.1. And it synchronizes just by looking at your display.
Yet, reception was patchy, draining batteries faster than users expected. Monthly subscription fees for MSN Direct added up, and developers struggled with limited memory and coarse monochrome screens. Even bundling a basic version free failed to win over consumers glued to emerging smartphones. By 2008, Microsoft quietly discontinued Spot, leaving a handful of dedicated fans tinkering with hardware hacks. Before you tally its legacy, brace for a daring effort that attempted to eliminate the cable box. In early 2003, Microsoft unveiled Smart Display, codename Mira, as a wireless monitor that transformed into a tablet tethered to your PC. Slender and glossy, it felt like a glimpse into tomorrow. Scroll through documents from the couch, check email from the kitchen, or pilot PowerPoint from a meeting room.
We see a tablet that represents a unique vision for the seamless expression of entertainment and creativity.
But the era's slow 802.11b connections turned quick detours into laggy waiting rooms. Battery life lagged behind, performance hiccups sprang up under heavy use, and the collar clip docking station added more desk clutter than convenience. By December 2003, negligible sales convinced Microsoft to pull the plug. Its concept resurfaced years later in modern tablets and thin clients, but the original Mira remains a footnote, a reminder that timing and infrastructure can make or break innovation. Before streaming took over, Netflix DVDs rewrote movie rentals with its mail-order service. Red envelopes tumbled into mailboxes like Christmas morning. No late fees, no store runs, just home delivery. Subscribers curated queues of blockbusters, indies, and cult classics, praying their top picks didn't carry a very long wait. For a generation, the system felt miraculous. Physical disc access to virtually any film without setting foot outside. But as high-speed streaming rose in popularity, disc rentals transformed into a niche perk.
How does streaming compare with the good old-fashioned DVD?
Streaming is convenient, but there's a huge trade-off in quality. With a basic Netflix subscription, movies you watch are not in high definition.
Although Netflix still ships DVDs, its once expansive catalog has dwindled, confined to select titles and loyal subscribers. The romance of holding a flick, browsing inserts, and tearing open that red envelope has given way to instant clicks, proof that even groundbreaking services evolve or fade. Burning a mixed CD was an art form and a rite of passage in the 2000s. Blank discs stacked by the dozen, ready to capture the perfect sequence of hits, deep cuts, and hidden gems.
LightScribe used existing optical drive technology to burn monochrome images onto the label side of optical media, either CDs or DVDs.
Every crackle of the drive and flicker of the progress bar built anticipation. Crafting a playlist for your crush or best friend felt intimate and bespoke, a gift encoded in layers of plastic. Yet glitches lurked. Burn error messages after painstaking waits, wasted discs strewn in recycling bins, and unbalanced audio that rattled speakers. The rise of file-sharing networks and later streaming playlists rendered physical mixes obsolete. While nostalgia lingers, the tactile patience of burning, labeling, and packaging music has vanished, stored today in cloud folders and gathering dust on forgotten CD racks. In 2003, Tapwave unveiled the Zodiac, a handheld meant to blend gaming and PDA functionality. Running on a tweaked Palm OS, it boasted vibrant graphics, multimedia playback, and a niche library of exclusive titles.
When I want to listen to my music, manage my life, and to game. To game! I'm talking 3D graphics, full motion video, analog controller.
Reviewers praised its sleek design and raw power, but the ecosystem behind it was brittle. Major game studios balked at support, leaving the store stocked with only a handful of games. Meanwhile, Sony's PlayStation Portable boasted a stronger brand, deeper pockets, and a marketing blitz that overshadowed Zodiac's niche appeal. Financial strains forced Tapwave to shutter operations in 2005, cutting off firmware updates and distribution. Today, the Zodiac survives as a collector's oddity, an ambitious device felled by competition and lack of developer backing. Launched in 2003, HD Radio aimed to upgrade the airwaves with crystal-clear broadcasts and bonus channels, all without subscription fees.
It's very small. It's going to allow you to finally tune into those HD radio stations in your home and get that crystal clear digital radio.
Listeners could tune into CD-quality audio on compatible receivers, as well as access traffic alerts, song metadata, and local subchannels. But adoption stalled as chipmakers grappled with manufacturing costs and radio brands overlooked consumer education. Dashboards and home stereos rarely featured HD modules, while broadcasters hesitated to upgrade costly transmitters. Even in 2025, a handful of models, such as Sony's XDR F1 HD and budget insignia units, hint at renewed interest, yet many drivers remain blissfully unaware. As streaming services dominate, HD radio's promise of free digital clarity remains a faint whisper on crowded dials. Before mobile app stores and console exclusives, Windows Minesweeper reigned as the default time killer.
Minesweeper. How to play. The object of the game is to uncover the map without clicking on any mines. Open a new game, then left-click randomly.
One wrong click detonated pixelated mines in cheerful explosions, turning logic puzzles into tiny victories and occasional frustrations. Rainy afternoons at school computer labs, living rooms, and cubicles became battlegrounds of deduction and blind guesses. The thrill of clearing a grid, chasing faster times, and mastering patterns transformed a simple utility into an unexpected obsession. Yet, despite free availability and timeless gameplay, Minesweeper never evolved beyond its basic interface. Graphics stayed static, levels remained uniform, and features stayed minimal. Today, it lives on through phone ports and browser clones, but in a gaming world of flashy visuals and microtransactions, its humble grid feels like a delightful throwback. In October 2001, Apple unveiled the iPod.
Today is National iPod Day. The original iPod was unveiled by Steve Jobs and Apple on this day back in 2001. Can you remember it, Gil?
A sleek white rectangle that promised hundreds of songs in your pocket.
Now, the most important of these devices are, of course, the digital camera, the digital camcorder, the DVD player, and portable digital music players.
Overnight, it reshaped how music was consumed, transforming tangled CD collections into a digital jukebox that could be carried everywhere. Its click wheel became a tactile icon, offering a satisfying spin with each song selection. Battery life felt like magic, running for days, whereas CD players would die within hours. Even without a touchscreen or internet browser, its simple interface made music discovery feel effortless. Crowds swelled at launch events, and suddenly everyone, students, commuters, runners, was on a mission to fill their iPod.
iPod has been a giant hit for us. We've got the 5 gigabyte iPod, 1,000 songs in your pocket. With iPod, we struck a middle path.
It was more than a gadget. It was a cultural stamp. Yet, for all its triumph, Apple's next challenge was already looming on the horizon. When Nokia merged phone and gaming ambitions in 2003, the N-Gage seemed poised to rewrite both rulebooks. Instead, its sideways calling method earned it the nickname Taco Phone, and gamers grumbled over awkward button layouts that made epic quests feel less immersive.
The N-Gage is the hottest new item on the market for gamers. It's a gaming deck, a cell phone, MP3 player, AM/FM stereo.
Swapping game cartridges meant removing the back cover and battery, a fiddly ritual that killed the thrill before the first boss fight. Battery life tanked under heavy play, and reception issues turned multiplayer duels into ghost towns. Still, the N-Gage boasted a spirited library that included exclusive titles and early online play.
N-Gage is a totally new way to game. It takes gaming to an entirely new level. It's wireless, multiplayer, online, unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Retailers couldn't stock units fast enough, but consumers stayed away. Despite a redesign in 2004, Nokia was unable to shake the stigma. And while fans cherished a few hidden gems, the gadget's journey was far from over. In 2004, Motorola captured imaginations with the Razr V3, a flip phone so slender that it felt more like an accessory than a gadget. Its an anodized aluminum shell glinted in every color, from classic silver to daring hot pink, making it the must-have fashion statement of the era.
Brand new Motorola Razr V3, the super thin flip phone that's getting a lot of hype.
Underneath the stylish exterior lay a surprising feature set: a VGA front display for caller ID, a 720 mAh battery that outlasted many clunkier rivals, and Bluetooth connectivity for hands-free calls. Yet its ultra-thin design came at a cost. The keypad membrane was flimsy, leading to sticky keys and cracked screens. Cloning concerns and limited storage also tested patience. When Motorola revived the Razr name in 2020, as a foldable smartphone, critics lamented its hefty price and middling specs. Still, the original Razr remains a defining icon of the 2000s.